Hi, I'm actually not going to the bathroom, but I know some people read books while they use the bathroom. So today I'm going to read from the bathroom. Welcome to another Page Turning Tuesday with Tom. We left off on chapter 14. I just came to the realization that I'm sort of a hippie by default, and so we'll pick it up there. Don't worry, I'm going number 3. This revelation makes me realize that I'll have to keep my home life secret from my friends at school. I essentially developed 2 personalities, each with their own wardrobe, one for school and one for home. Life becomes a double-edged sword with many pros and cons. For example, our mother stops doing anything remotely domestic for us. She simply quits her parental position in the family without giving notice. We quickly learn to take care of ourselves. Instead of cooking, she splits up the grocery money and we shop and prepare our own meals. My little brother Alex survives on a diet of Pop-Tarts and Tang. Chris cooks for us every second or third night to ensure our survival. We wash and dry the dishes. We do our own laundry. I take out the garbage and mow the lawn with Molly. Chris vacuums, dusts, and waters the plants. Alex feeds the cat and keeps the litter box clean. Shelley cleans the bathrooms. We become superbly self-sufficient. The more we do for ourselves, the happier our mother is. But our independence comes with a price. We gain tremendous freedom at the expense of our family bond. Not only do we become more independent from our mother, but from each other too. We don't realize that we're growing apart. We're too young and too stoned to see the big picture. There may be less rules, but there's definitely more chaos. There are only 2 rules that my mother asks us to follow. Rule 1, the golden rule. Treat others as you would want to be treated yourself. That covers a lot of shit. Rule number 2, my rule. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, for as long as you want, as long as it does not disturb me or Mother Nature, and what you're doing creates good karma for you and the universe. This is rather vague and subject to interpretation. We need facts. What time do I have to be home on a school night, Chris asks. When you're ready, or when you're hungry, whichever comes first. Do we still have to go to school? Asks Shelley. There are other options. It's your life, but you can't be home with me all day either. How late can we stay up? Molly asks. That's up to you. Your body, your choice, you decide. Can I spend the night at my boyfriend's house? She asked Shelley. As long as you use birth control, it's fine with me. How old do you have to be before you smoke pot? I ask. 10, but it depends on the person. I'm 10. Am I ready? Oh, sweetie, you're so ready. I had already vowed to myself never to smoke pot, knowing NASA wouldn't approve. And then one day I simply changed my mind. I don't know why. In my mother's world, rules are meant to be broken. Marilyn hands me a joint, and instead of passing it, I take my first hit. I had prepared myself for the worst and am surprised when it doesn't burn my throat nearly as bad as expected. I exhale and then take a bigger draw. This time I cough, but only a little. My mother is smiling proudly. Hitting the joint is better than hitting a home run. She's beaming with pride. Charlie, Shelley, Chris, and my mother clap their hands in celebration. In our house, your first puff of pot is a rite of passage. I take several more big tokes and then wait for the walls to melt and other hallucinations. My expectations are far too high. I don't feel anything significant. I take more hits and I'm accused of bogarting the joint. I want to hear voices in my head or feel like I'm levitating. Nothing. My only inner voice saying, getting high is highly overrated. I'm no quitter and press on and eventually come to recognize the sensation of being stoned. Over time, I come to like the way it feels, and the sensation becomes stronger. Then one day I absolutely love it and never want to be without the feeling for too long ever again. It's a double-edged sword. We have easy access to drugs, but practically no supervision. It's almost as if my body was designed to get high. I have an unusually small head and an enormous lung capacity. Nobody in the room can take a bigger hit or hold it longer than me. You could not have genetically engineered a more efficient pot-smoking creature than me. When I exhale, giant plumes of smoke fill the room. Even Charlie is impressed. "Me call you cloud maker," he says, like an Indian chief laughing his ass off. As our mother sees that we're capable of taking care of ourselves, she starts to disappear for gradually longer periods of time. We start to wonder if she's preparing us for a life in which she's no longer a part of. Her sudden unannounced absences are especially hard on Molly and Alex. Chris does her best to console them. She becomes our surrogate mother who makes everything tolerable. Chris sees that we stick to a schedule. When Mom returns from one of her absences, just as randomly as she disappears, we always have lots of questions. "Where have you been the last 3 days?" "Searching for my identity." "Well, did you find it?" "I'm not sure. Don't worry. I love you too much to leave for good." Just hearing these words is disturbing. I tell my mother, the next time you're searching for your identity, try looking at your driver's license. "Oh, that's right. You don't have one." Sometimes trying to be funny in painful situations just makes things worse. Molly and Alex beg for her to stay home, but about the time you think she's staying put, she suddenly disappears again. Thanks so much for tuning in to this disgusting episode of Page Turning Tuesdays with Tom in his bathroom. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. So long.